This is why I'm so passionate about sales, because I know how much that sucks when you are absolutely ripping your own heart out trying to make a difference and you can't afford your own mortgage at the end of the month. And then you have the shameful experience about having to ask your parents for help. I've been there. All right. So my intentions are pure when I want small businesses to have more, because no one should be in that position where they are smart, strong, independent people, but they just haven't yet got the courage to ask for their worth. All right. This is why I'm passionate. This is why I go all in. All right. It's because I know how hard small business owners work. Been there, done that. All right. So whatever came up for you when it comes to sales, please let us help you get rid of it. All right. There is nothing more important than getting the money in. And that's not from a rude or obnoxious point of view. It's simple maths. If you don't earn enough to pay your mortgage, good luck talking to the bank about your love and passion. They don't care. All right. So I'm super passionate about making sure that you guys earn what you're worth. So whatever that is that's in the way and whatever I'm triggering in you, I say it with love, good, because that's how we're going to be able to shift what's going on for you. All right. This is not being the sleazy car salesperson and selling someone a lemon. That's not what this is about. It's not ticking some stupid clinic owner's KPI because he wants a certain turnover. No, this is about serving the client and making sure the client gets well. How many sessions does that need? That's up to you as the professional to guesstimate that. But each and every one of you need income, period. I know money is a sucky subject for most of you. I get it. But please understand, I am really passionate about this for a reason. I've been there, done that, and I refuse to let others go through it if I can make a difference. All right. Ooh, $2,200, that's nasty. Yeah. So this is why I care so much, right? This is why I will do anything in my power to help you heal the wounds of sales, heal the wounds of I'm not good enough, heal the wounds of I'm not worthy enough, heal the wounds to believe that light healers, sound healers, gorgeous, beautiful energy healers can't have money. It's BS. All right. And I'm dedicated to making sure that each and every one of you get what you need out of this course to be able to heal that crap, to be able to charge your worth and be okay with receiving it. Because it's all fine and dandy if you put your prices up, but then you're too scared to tell anyone about it because you've got, you know, fear of judgment or whatever it is. All right. Let me just finish off the parts we need to do. So in the close, ask for the order, assume the sale. Each of you have been on a Zoom with me to know how gentle that can be. It does not need to be brutal. It does not need to be sickening. It does not need to be any of that. It can be just a loving transaction, an impactful transaction. All right. And when we get to the coaching section, it's even in the scripts on how to ask for the sale. I've taken out the guesswork. All right. So for those of you who are getting a little bit, oh God, how do I do that? I've written it out for you, literally. Okay. So in your book on 86, Ask for the order. Number 5, ask for the order. If yes, future pace. So what that means is booking people in for their first session. All right, so we're on page 86, halfway down. Ask for the order. So in osteo world, for me, that is, I've got Tuesday or Thursday. Which one suits best? That's the sale. Yeah, Tuesday 2 p.m. or Thursday 4 p.m. Which one do you want? It's the easiest thing that rolls off my tongue. Because if you're on the phone to me asking me whether I help sciatic nerve stuff, you've already asked my permission to sell to you. If someone calls up and says, do you help with sciatic nerve? And I go, yes. That just made it an awkward silence, didn't it? Yes, I do. I can help you. When would you like to book in? It's so easy. I'm just holding their hand through the process. All right. Okay, handling objections. This is the bit where I like to do it differently from what's listed here. All right. Because what they've got here is handling objections by either ignoring them. I don't ignore anyone. Or handling the objection going to step 3. Now, step 3 is making sure you find the need. That I agree with. If you haven't yet got the close, it's because you haven't yet completely solved their need. But I will never ignore anyone. I will never ignore someone's objection. I will handle the objection, but I will never ignore it. All right. If someone says to me, I can't afford it, I'm not ignoring it, but I will help them make it happen. And for most people, it's literally just a fear-based response to go, shit, $3,000. And then they stop for 2 seconds and think about, actually, no, this is going to solve all my stuff. Okay, I can do that. They take a breath and then they're okay with it. You just give them a moment. Yeah. If someone is not an automatic yes, that doesn't make them a no. Just be patient. Give them a moment. Let them process. Yeah. It doesn't need to be a yes, right this second, sign on the dotted line, let's go. Calm the farm. Just give a moment. All right. The other thing is, once we get to strategies, which is next, there are a lot of people that have strategies of, I need to check with my partner, or give me a moment to sleep on it, or whatever their external check is. That is not a no. That is just running their own strategy to make sure the decision they're about to make is good for them. And I have a lot of people that when I tell them my coaching programs start from $3,000, and there's a little bit of a, because it happens, even for those that are expecting the price, there's a little bit of a, yeah. It's not a no straight away. It's quite simple. How about I send you an email with the details we've discussed, and I'll get on to you tomorrow and we can talk about it. Oh, okay. Because they've already realized that I'm not going to push them into a sale that they're not yet comfortable with. I'll just send you some information and we can talk tomorrow. Oh, okay, we can do that. Now, my single mama of 6 kids, I did that with her just the other day. She already knew my prices before coming in, but hearing them come out of my mouth gave her a little bit of a, because it does. And she was playing in her head, how am I going to manage that? How am I going to work this? And I said to her straight out, I said, I'm just going to send you an email with everything we've discussed. So you've got it in writing and you can process it and we'll talk tomorrow. And she went, oh, well, okay, that was easy. Because I guarantee in the past, she would have had icky salespeople demanding the sale right then and there. I don't do icky. I do impact. And I know I can help this lady. So let her just process. Give her a moment. Already had enough rapport. We'd been working together for many, many months with osteo stuff. I'd worked on most of her 6 kids. So we already had great rapport. I don't need to rush her. Give her a moment. She's about to do a $3,000 purchase. She's not buying a pack of Band-Aids down the road. She's buying $3,000 worth of life-changing stuff. Of course she needs a moment. Give her a moment. All right. And I knew her strategy was to check with other people, because when she'd been in as an osteo client with her 6 kids, she was phoning a friend for all sorts of nitty-gritty details, because she's a single mum and doesn't generally feel like facing all of those decisions on her own. So she has support. So I knew she was going to have to go home and, mull it over a little bit. No surprise, she got back to me and went, I can manage this much per week. Is that okay? Easy. Let's pop it on a payment plan and get started. Great. All right. So remember, the handling objections, there are literally 4 main objections. Okay. They will all come back to this category. And this is the last little step before we have a break. These are the objections you're going to get. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. It won't work for me, or I don't believe you. That's it. All the other versions of objections will come back to one of those. And even when someone says to you, especially the top 2, I don't have enough time or I don't have enough money, that's their default. It's not necessarily the truth. Because I think I mentioned it before. I had a woman say to me, I can't afford it. And 3 minutes later, she signed over $10,000 to one of my programs. 3 minutes. Not because I convinced her of anything, not because I pushed, but I made sure she saw value. So when she went from I can't afford it to a $10,000 sale, I can't afford it was her default of what had come out of her mouth. Why? Because she'd heard her parents say it for 20 odd years living at home. Oh, we can't have that. We can't afford it. It was just her program. It wasn't her truth. It wasn't fact for her, but it was her default. And I can see a lot of heads nodding along to go, holy shit, I'm that person too. I say I can't afford it. For years, my kids would say to me, I know we can't afford it, but, oh, do you know how much that stabs me still? Yeah, when kids tell you, oh, I know we can't afford it, but I'm like, shit, I programmed them the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah, because my parents had said to me for 21 years, can't afford that. So before I even knew whether that was fact or not, it came out of my mouth. I can't afford that. Yeah.